Nothing about Z carries forward from last quarter. Not because the group's ownership structure changed. It probably didn't. But because the group traded with itself again this period, in ways that have nothing to do with any acquisition decision made years ago. Z removes the effects of intragroup activity so the group's financials reflect only what happened with the outside world, not sales, transfers, or balances the group had with itself. That has to be worked out fresh, because the trading itself is fresh. The ownership structure behind I might be identical to last year's. But what the entities sold each other, transferred to each other, or owed each other this period is new information every single time. There's no version of last quarter's eliminations that's still correct today. Because the group's structure hasn't changed, it's tempting to assume the eliminations shouldn't need to change much either, and start from last period's entries as a shortcut. But the moment those entries are treated as a starting point instead of built fresh, whatever's actually new this period risks being missed entirely, quietly carried past, the same way an unreconciled balance at a gets quietly carried past. I rewards being settled once and left alone. Z punishes exactly that instinct. Treating it as settled once is how this period's actual intragroup activity gets missed. The two phases sit right next to each other in the sequence, but they ask for opposite habits of mind. Determined once and felt every period, versus rebuilt from scratch every period. That's the core distinction BRIZO is built around. The next lesson puts I and Z side by side, with a plain test for telling which bucket something belongs in.